It's not on. It's not coming up.
What's not coming up? You even put it in the right thing. Was this you?
Yeah, I'll check. Oh, trying to reconnect.
So start.
Yeah.
Because we're live on that one.
Hello, YouTube Live.
And you need to connect to the correct internet.
Bin.
Don't you?
Delete.
So much going on there. Are you connected to the whole home? And don't do it like that because it won't go live like that.
Yeah, whole home.
Yeah, but you need to make sure you turn the camera.
Yeah, I know. Craft image on next door. Right, post. Live video.
Just go live so I can edit it. Got people who are waiting for you.
Smart, yeah.
No.
3, 2, 1. It says it's live.
This is you. Again. Just saying. Again.
There we go, it's live now. Don't know why it wasn't live before. Leslie Laking's watching, so we're okay. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Mr. YouTube, or Mrs. YouTube, or Miss YouTube. It's live. It's in the right scope. Look. Hi, Sandra. Oh, should I say? What's the matter? Is yours not working? Wasn't working on mine at first. Hi, Julia. Right, I have to remember this quickly while it comes on because my age is getting the better of me. Julia has found, we had the whole spray glue craft mount last week, and we've been getting it from Amazon, and it's about £22 and some change. Julia's found somewhere you can get 2 cans for £39.99. So I'm going to ask Julia to pop a post on with the link of where she's got it from, if anyone wants to buy 2. Obviously, you're not saving, you know, you're going to save yourself £4 or £5 if you want to, but think about it. If it's this size, which it is, you know, 2 cans split in between you because they're going to last you a long, long time. But thank you for doing that, Julia. And I only remembered because your name popped up. So hi, Julie. Hi, Alison. Hi, Claire. Louise Adams. I love that name. Sandra Peach. Barbara Dear. Hello, Barbara. I hope you're well. I hope you got my reply earlier. We got your note. I pinned it up to reply. I never do. So Sam would say hello, but he's trying to get his laptop to work and he's shaking his head.
I'm trying to sort that out for you, but it's not working.
What? What's not working? We don't know what's not working.
I didn't pin anything.
Ah. Batteries. Oh, Julia's battery's going to die. Hi, I've got mine plugged in, Julia, because I've charged it all day, but I'm never sure. Oh, I like that. Good evening, John and Sam and all crafty friends. What a nice way. That's a very nice thing to do. And Sandra Fold said the same. What I love. Oh, we got emojis from Sandra. I don't even know how to use emojis very well. That's very good, Sandra. Evening, Dawn, and I hope they've still moved bingo for you. Right, so I better stop waffling because otherwise, when Sam surfaces from it, he will shout at me. We went to your family's for a barbecue, didn't we, on Saturday? And they were all saying how they watch In and Out and they found it hilarious how us two bicker. But it is us, it's just how we are. Right, so tonight what I'm going to do is, wasn't sure what to do, so I asked my friend Maxine and said, what should I go with an older dye? And she went, that's a good idea. And I said, well, which one? She said tartan. So I'm starting off with tartan. It's now, something went right.
What?
Reload, it's telling me to do on my iPad.
Are you set on the right internet as well as
Yes, I checked I was on the right
one.
Right, sorry. We're having some technical difficulties. Paul sent something as well, but I can't see it. Paul, we can't see it because we're not on our phones. because we're trying to do YouTube as well at the same time. So what she'd actually said was try using the tartans. I thought, brilliant idea. I'm going to go with the tartan. And what I thought I would do is I'm going to be using the new essential card that launches on Sunday. And the reason is I've been sneakily using this and the template sheets for quite a few weeks, and they've been popping up on samples. And I thought rather than pull some other card or something, I would actually give us an opportunity to use the new essential card. So I know this isn't available yet, but it will be available. Launches Sunday night at 6 o'clock. So I've got my tartan die. I've got a load of my colours, and I'm hoping you can all see them. Yeah, what was it?
No.
Don't know. Yeah, it's been really playing up.
Oh, no, Terry's messaged me, as in pin there, Terry.
Oh, right.
Sort your laptop out.
Sort your laptop out. Everyone's trying to cheer Sam up because his laptop's not going well. So I've pulled out all of the 12 colours. This is not about going, oh, look, isn't it pretty? And yeah, it was out of focus a bit, wasn't it? It now seems to be a little bit better. I noticed it was out of focus a bit. No, it was on the Facebook thing. Don't know why. So that's better. Oh, Terry's finally managed to log on. Oh, what did Sandra say? Sorry. Right, I'm going to show you framing tonight using the new insert sheets. Mine's just gone off again. It just keeps telling me something went wrong. Reload it. So I'm not going to go through all the colours. I'll do all that on Sunday. I'm going to choose.
I wonder why.
Why?
Amount of things you've got open.
I don't have much open usually.
I don't have either.
So I'm going to pull out. It ran out of charge, didn't it? So I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to be honest here. Ooh, I just got the finger then. So I can't answer any of the questions because I can't see anything at the minute, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out. I wasn't keen on this colour. This is called pumpkin. And this happens to me an awful lot. I find a colour that I'm not too sure about. And I've got to be fair. Jane said no, she loves this sort of burnt orange. It's got to go in the range. We need it because people use that sort of colour. And I wasn't sure, I'm going to be honest. But then when it all came through and I actually saw the pumpkin with the sunshine, with the pale yellow, with the clotted cream and the white, I don't know why, it really just started to sing to me. Oh, and as Leslie's just said, pumpkin and black.
Okay, if you got for a second.
Nice colour.
You can stamp onto waterfall glitter card, but you can't heat emboss on it because you will melt the foiling on it.
Yes.
So you need to use a stays on.
If you want, yeah. So if you got that, if you want to stamp onto waterfall glitter card, you have to use.
That makes noise.
I know. You have to use a stays on ink because obviously it's a plasticky foil coating. I have heat embossed on it, I'm going to be honest, but you have to be so light with it and quick. You can actually take the coating off because it's a heat bonded coating. So I would say don't, but you can if you're very, very careful. Yeah, it is lovely for autumn. So what it is, the essential card is one of my things about, we designed and came up with the essential card, and I'll just run through it very quickly because I wanted a good, basic, perfect weight, beautiful die cutting card. A card that would not just die cut beautifully, crisply, be the right weight, but also wasn't completely flat. I find very flat card can be a little bit shiny. It can look a little bit brassy. Am I allowed to say cheap? Yeah, it can look cheap to me. So I like it to have so this has got the softest texture. And I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up, but it is actually there. I'll do what Sammy does. Literally. There we go. If I take an ink over the top, you'll see then the texture. What it means is it's not as obvious as the linen card. So it's not as textured, it's not as deep impression as the linen card. But because of that gentle texture on it, it doesn't look cheap when you die cut it flat. And I think that's really important because that's one of the differences between what you buy in the shops. The card's all glossy and shiny and bright. They're 250 GSM. It's literally, it's mine. I know that sounds really rude to say that, but it's my dream card. The rectangles. So I'm going to do with these, and I'm going to do the tartan, and I thought the colours would work. So enough of this sort of patter. I don't want you to think I'm trying to do sales patter. But I'm going to use something, again, unusual. I always do white. I'm going to start with the clotted cream, which is just beautiful. It really is. And so we're going to do our usual. So I'm going to trim it down. And I want to cut the tartan die. You know the rules with me. I know I can get 5 3/4 inches out of a sheet of cardstock. I can get 2 out of it. John dreams of cardstock. To be honest, Mr. Keeler, I do. And that's genuinely how sad I am. I really am. I've got a thing for card. I know I've shown everybody my cardstock in the past. I just can sit and look at it. It just, I don't know. I'm sad. I know. So this is the clotted cream. Normally I'd be working with white. But I'm going to use the tartan die. So thank you for that, Maxine. And I'm just going to pop it in the middle and tape it down. And roughly in the middle. Yeah, Sandra says it's not very clear. It's clear and fresh on mine. It wasn't earlier, but it is now.
You got a thing, cloth.
Yes, of course. Sam's going to wipe it. But look, it's clear on there. Sammy's playing. There we go. So hopefully,
I don't know, because mine's...
you see, mine's... That's really clear and in focus on mine. Yeah. So, I'm going to run it through. You can see what I've been doing today, because look, I've collided my plates. I've foiled my plate. So I'm just going to run it through and cut it. And this is, to be honest, where I'm going to get the difference. Now, I am going to do quite an old, simple technique. But to me, I love this. Not everyone. A lot of us are getting to die cutters because we're not comfortable with inks. We're not comfortable with colouring. But you see what I mean? That's cut through beautifully. And look, every edge is beveled and it doesn't look cheap. This is what I love about this card. I could honestly witter on about it for hours. But a good machine, a good die, 250 GSM card, and you don't go wrong. So, we've got that in the clotted cream, the beautiful tartan. But as I was saying, a lot of people don't like, or, aren't comfortable with doing messy, don't want to do inky, but you want to add a bit more to it, because we could just stick that over the pumpkin. Yeah, see, mine's just gone fuzzy now. And now it's gone clear again, so I don't know what's going on. So, Claire Battisto is cleaning and listening with a watch in between. So it looks great to me. Right, so you see it looks nice on that, but we want to add a bit more to it. So I'm going to do some strips. And if we look in here, I'm going to do the measurements so you don't have to. But basically, these strips here are 1/4 inch. These strips here are 1/2 inch. Yeah, these strips down the middle are 1/4 inch. So basically, it could be down to the weather, actually. Probably is because we lost our TV signal and all sorts, haven't we?
When I was on the phone to Wales earlier on.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
That was fine at first, and then you could hear it had rain. It was really crackly.
Yeah. So not that Sam was on the phone to Wales booking a holiday or anything.
Not go Wales, but
no.
That's where the company's based.
So that's where the company's based that we booked with. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut basically a 3-inch strip off the 3 colours. And the 3 colours I'm using are pumpkin, sunshine, and spring yellow, I think it's called. Let's get this right. I'm going to need to... I think he named them. Spring yellow, well done. Honestly, it's me that chose the names. I chose the colours and chose the names. But I don't remember them. So, what I'm going to do is, I want to have... Yeah, we know that I need some 1/4 inch and some 1/2 inch strips. So I'm going to go to 2.5. I'm going to go to 2. Yeah. I'm going to go to 1.5. I'm going to go to 1. And I'm going to go to 1/2 on the yellow. So basically, the spring yellow I've cut into 1/2-inch strips. Okay. The bright yellow, I want this in 1/4-inch strips. So I've cut it to 3 inches. It's easier to do it this way, to work downwards. Don't try and think, oh, I need to cut a 1/4 inch. You can't do it. It's easier to do it this way. So I'm going to 2 3/4, 2 1/2, 2 1/4, 2. That's why the lines on this guillotine are so useful. Yeah, 1 3/4, 1 1/2, and that's given me, I think, enough strips. So I'm going to do the same again with the pumpkin. So all I'm doing is, if I want a 1/4 inch strip, I'm chopping a 1/4 inch off the longer piece each time. Honestly, it's so much easier than trying to trim them down to 1/4 inch. So let's have a go. Down to 2. Obviously need to anti-glue spray my blade. I did that on the rest of it the other day. I actually cleaned it all, didn't I? And did stick away, which is, I've got to be fair, you've got to give fairness for fairness due. Stick away is actually really good. It's a Crafter's Companion product, but I found it's one of the best glue removers I've ever used. So, you know, you have to give credit where it's due. So there we go. I've got all my little strips now. Now you would think, oh, well, now I'm going to have to start weaving. I don't do weaving. I can do it, but it takes too long. So I'm going to take the tartan die we've cut in clotted cream. And I'm going to grab my spray box. And I'm just going to spray glue the back. Right, so first giveaway. We said we were going to do 3 giveaways, are we, Monkey?
Yeah.
I was going to do 3 giveaways tonight. They've already been packaged up, so everyone's got a few dies. Oh, it's quite weighty.
Yeah, it's a mix of things.
Yeah, it's a mix of different dies, different companies. Everyone's got a card. So the first one tonight is this square one here, which I believe... Oh, that has my card I made for Ukraine in it. I can feel it. So the question is really simple. What spray glue am I using? And what we'll do is we'll pull someone out at random to win that prize tonight. So it's a live prize if you are watching. And it's not live, then don't answer, because you can't win, because we'll have already chosen the winner by the time you put your answer in. So I put spray glue on the back, and the question is, which spray glue do I use? So that's all right, Sam. Don't have to apologise for being late there, so. Oh, we're getting a few answers in. So what I'm going to do is fill up the larger sections first. Yeah, and I'm going down. Okay, but ooh, it won't work, will it? Because I'm going to cover these smaller ones. So you actually have to go smaller areas first. So I'm going to go with the darkest card, and this is what I always do, is use the darkest colour the most sparingly, because it will stand out at us. Make sure it's everywhere. So I'm going over now the smallest sections with the pumpkin. Okay, really easy, because we're doing it from the back. I don't have to interleave anything or interweave anything. So there I've effectively made, you see, we've got pumpkin stripes running through. So next, I'm going to put the smaller stripes in for the dark yellow. So this is the sunshine. Right. So going down and covering all of the smaller stripe in the tartan. So really simple. We're getting loads of answers. So the question was tonight, or is for the first question tonight, is what spray glue am I using? So here we go. Now I'm going to need some more yellow pieces. So I've got to do exactly what I did before. Bring in my guillotine. I've got to add, thank you for that. June Price just said she's loving the colours. Do you know what, June? I am absolutely adoring these colours. Really am. And they literally, certainly the pumpkin is one that I really didn't get on with at all when we were choosing them. It's just when it came through, I thought, I love that. So, you know, sometimes go out of your comfort zone. You know, my natural thing would have been to pick up the 2 shades of blue and the white. No, I would not normally go for yellows and oranges and pick a cream, but it just looks so nice. So all I'm doing now is just cutting some 1/4 inch strips, some more 1/4 inch strips in the bright sunshine yellow. Yes, it will still die cut. So Trisha's asked if you could use the essential card with the Crafts 2 adhesive sheets. Yes, it will still cut. It's been designed of a weight to do everything I do. I've chosen what I know is to be the optimum weight, and to be fair, it was fully tested before it arrived, wasn't it, Sammy? I tested it and Sam tested it to make sure that it works perfectly for everything that we would do before it actually arrived in stock. So I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to answer the question, and then we will pick a winner. And don't forget, if you don't win this time, there are 2 more chances tonight to win. Oh, I cut just enough. That's lucky. But I'm also not using... This is a great way to use scraps of your card up. So, you see there, I'm getting that tartan look from behind without having to do any really hard work. So, now just turn it back over. Now you'll notice a lot of these are starting to raise up a little bit because the spray glue is only on the cream. So I'm going to spray glue it. So I'm going to give you the answer, which is I use 3M craft mount. Do you want to pick a winner, Sammy, or do I need to because you can't access the 8 comments?
The 8 comments.
I can't. Do you want me to pick a winner for that one? Because you can't access the comments, okay. Can you? Can you? Oh, cool. Sammy will pick a winner. He's a star. So I'm just putting that light colour over. There we go. And there we've got then our 3 different colours. Yeah, it is so nice. It's so hard to get nice yellow and orange. It really is. I didn't realise it until we were looking at the sunflowers, and I was trying to get it in the linen card from the Netherlands and just couldn't seem to get the right bright colour I wanted. It was always too orange or too yellow. So I'm just going to take a piece of cheap card and glue this down to seal all those pieces in. So that's all I've done. Okay, all of the colours were designed so that they work in that sort of spectrum, so that there's at least 2 colours that will work together. So rose and blush, sunshine and spring, field and apple. They've all been designed. The white and basic grey is lovely because it's not really grey. It's kind of like a mixer. It looks grey with white, but it can look cream with other colours. So clever. So we've got there a beautiful tartan panel, but of course, this being me, I want to put a frame around it. Okay, did you pick a winner, Uncle Sam?
Yeah.
Who's the winner?
Denise Webster.
Denise Webster. Well done, Denise. You are tonight's winner for the first prize. So you will win this one. So I will write the name on, because Sam will shout at me if I don't. We'll do another giveaway in a couple of minutes. Denise. Is it okay if I just write Denise on? Yeah, because I lost the surname. There you go. So, Denise, if you send private message either me or Sam with your address, we'll get that out to you. But it might take a couple of days because we've got a lot on at the minute. Right, so I could go with just that. I really could. I could go really quite simply and do that way. But I want to frame it. I want to bring this orange out, because so far it's really shouting at us a little bit. And this is where they finally, because this has been in development for well over a year, we have our Imperial sheets for frames and for die cutting have come through. These are, you know, genuinely absolutely fabulous. I've been cheating and using them for about 6 months. In fact, some people who came on my Art of Craft workshop got to use them early as well. But what these will allow you to do is get your frames in any shape all even. And that to me is absolutely imperative. So I'm going to take a sheet. They're also perfect for stopping your marking your mirror and your satin and your glitter card, because they cut over the top and they'll cut through really simply, but they're not thin like the cheapy graph paper or anything. They're a decent weight. I think they've been printed at 90 GSM. So I'm going to take a piece of the soft yellow, okay, and that's going to be my first one. So I'm going to put my sheet over the top, and that's going to be my first frame. So I'm going to grab from the Stitch Dot squares, I'm going to grab number 2, and I always leave at least 2 in between. So number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Yeah, gives me a nice even frame. But the way to get these even is to use the sheets, and this will really help. In fact, let's go down a little bit, because I don't want to go make it too difficult and too long. So I'm going to go with number 3 and number 5, I think. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and number 6. So you see you've got red lines on the 1/2 inch and dotted lines on the 1/4 inch. Yeah, so we can take our square first, and effectively, can you see we can place it onto 4 of those red lines, so we know that that's exactly square, which is fab, but we could do that anyway. But then we can take the next one and we can find the even point between them, which is a 1/4 inch this time, and we can place it evenly on. So this frame, square frame now, is identical width all the way round. It is 1 1/4 inch. So we'll even know how deep they are. So I'm simply going to run that through. So I'm going to run that through and cut it. Should I ask another question, Sammy?
If you are.
Right, so another prize we're going to give away next is, I've got a bag here, so it's got prizes in there. It's already got a card in there, all done and signed. And so that prize I'm going to give away. And the question is, what is the name of the card I am using tonight?
Crepe paper will work.
And Sugil, yes, crepe paper works for the hats. You'll see it on the video. I've used crepe paper, and I also used it in a lot of the samples. So here we go. Let's pop this one out. So can you see here? We could probably do this bit by eye. Yeah. So I've got now, it's 1/4 inch. It's 1 1/4 inch. Sorry, 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. It's completely even. And if you want to come in and come out, that's really important. And if you want to foam mount it, it's even more so. But what I can now do is, so I've gone the light yellow. The next one I'm going to do is the bright yellow, and I want this to be bigger and smaller. So I go into my normal plain dies, and I find the dies that go down. So I find the die that is the next sort of 1/4 inch on it. There we go, perfect. And let's go out a little bit. Whoa, first time. Now, this is where people struggle. If you can imagine, let's take our plates out, trying to get those two even, to give us even in the inside and outside. It's absolutely difficult. And trying to do it by eye, you're off. This is where the sheets come in. This is why I've been using them so much, and I'm now on my second pack, which is good actually for the time I've been using it.
That is true, actually.
It is, because you get so much out of them. So I do the same again, because the dies were all designed imperial as well. So literally now I find a square. Can you see this time? It's this red square in the middle, and I make sure I'm even around that red square in the middle of all of them every time. So every other die will hit a line. The ones in between will hit in between those lines. So it makes sense. So now find this middle one. Okay. So again, I've found this square. Can you see the dotted line square? So it's in between each of those. So without me having to do any measurements or any trying, now that, look, is the perfect mat for that. Without having to do any measurement or anything. It just makes it so much easier. And of course, I know which are the next two. So I can get those ready while that's running through. So let's take the next two out. You see? Goes in, yeah, goes out. Them. Sorry? Make them and laminate them. I actually do keep them because I'm cheap. So I've got them ready for the show. You can laminate them and you've got a perfect guide all the time. So, I know how much I've been using my machine recently, so I'm going to shiv it just in case. And now I'm going to move on to, and it means you don't mark it. If your plates are marked, the sheets will stop you marking your card. So I know I don't even need to reference it. Now I can go with these two and see again. So the ones before were between lines. These are exactly on the lines. So I just simply take that down evenly. Find the middle square. That was a red, so I get a feeling this is going to be a grey. And count 1, 2 and a half. 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 That is in exactly the right place. Tape it down. But can you imagine doing this with circles? You'll get them right. I've never been able to get, like Leslie can, a circle frame that is right, if it makes sense, because it's always off somewhere. I have to layer each one on top of it. So I'm just going to run that one through. Exactly the same. So don't forget, the question is, what is the name of the card I am using tonight that we're launching on Sunday? So, also, I don't have to know which is the top. Look. Ooh. Yeah, I think the weather's playing up with a lot of people tonight. Quite a few people saying they're having to refresh. But I've had to refresh it a couple of times as well while I'm watching it. So I don't know if the weather's affecting us here.
I've got pair and both and it's still working for me.
Yeah, we're running quite a lot. So again, just take the orange one out. Remember, you can keep these templates. Save them for your favourite cards. It'll tell you which dies you're using as well. But again, look, it doesn't have to be any particular way. I can just go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And look, it's even in and out all the way around. Yeah. Oh, Harkin, I hope you're out of hospital again. I know you went back in. Just blame Facebook. I'll blame Facebook. It's usually that. It's usually Facebook. But you see what I mean? And it doesn't matter if I put the frame that way, because it still fits. It just makes life so much easier. Certainly when you're foam mounting, because you don't have to worry. So this is a very good point. So I'll need to use some glue in a second. So I'm going to put foam tape on them all. Give you another couple of minutes to get your card mentioned. So If it's freezing, if you're having to reboot it, we do think it's Facebook and the weather. It's had a lot of difference. We lost Sky earlier, did we? Or did it go funny?
It went funny earlier.
It went, yeah.
Right.
And when Sam was saying, when the rain started, you could hear it when he was on the phone to Wales. It's not that we've booked ourselves a holiday for Christmas or anything like that, guys.
No, it's actually your mum's fault.
It's actually my mum's fault
We can
because
actually blame your mum.
it is my mum. We're taking my mum away, aren't we? So now what I'm doing is on the biggest one, I'm going around the inside.
I'm alcohol inking. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, if you can hear the noise, I mean, I'm actually feeling a bit drunk because he's doing it and burning it like I did the other day. You might have to go back out and come back in. I'm just adding tape on the outside and the inside of this.
I'll let you pick a winner.
Okay. Well, you know, I'll just pick a winner of the name that's come in my head. So, because I'm terrible for it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put down first the yellow to it. Now, I have to show you these, and I have to say thank you so much. I hope you're watching Simone. If you're not, if anyone knows Simone, please mention. She made these with the box kit, with the things from the Papercraft Society. And she made me two. One that says John and JND, and another one for Sammy. So there you go, Sammy. There's your glue pin.
Thank you. There's definitely an issue with Facebook because when I'm clicking on comments,
Yeah.
it's turned into Spanish and then German.
Oh, right. Oh, there's definitely.
So I think there is an issue with Facebook.
In Tynemouth, it's hot and sunny. It's not here.
Because I'm very like, what
Yeah.
does that mean?
Yeah. So, but thank you so much for sending us these, Simone. We really appreciate it. And all the way
So
from Ireland.
pretty.
They are beautifully made. If you are watching, Simone, if you want to pop a post on the group, Sam says he will agree it, where you can put a link if you do sell them. If anyone wants to buy them, they can, because I just think they're beautiful. And you can't lose them. But you see, a little bit of glue on. Look. An even frame anyone can make. And I know that's not impressive, but if you love your frames like me, yeah, it makes such a difference because it gets rid of that last amateurish look, which I you know, I'm terrible for. Not a drop of rain there in Preston. None at all. Shall I pick a winner? Because I've just seen one pop up at random.
No,
All right, cool. Who's the winner?
Karen Carson.
Karen Carson. Well done, Karen Carson. You will win that prize. But you see, I'm not having to be careful. I'm sorry, but to me, this is a big thing. I know it may not be to most people. But well done, Karen. Just send us your address and we will send your prize out to you. And there's a card in there. And this one's Karen's, isn't it? That one's Karen's, Monkey. Shall I write Karen on it? Is it a C or a K? Oh, you'll be a cat.
You're just like too late again.
Karen.
Okay.
Good, that's good. It's Karen. We've got one more prize, don't worry. We're going to give another one away. But you see now, I've got the perfect frame in and out. And that is, to me, so hard to do. And it looks beautiful. But what I've done is I used the darker colour, the pumpkin, yeah, on the outside and inside to bring this pumpkin through. This just needs a little bit of glue eraser because I've got some glue on. That's the other thing. I wanted a card as well that wasn't going to tear when you start to take glue marks off, or doesn't tear when you use the tape on it. So I'm going to take the inside off, not the outside. Because if you look, you see, that's why I've put a double layer on. So now, again, a little bit of glue. I'm using the glue to let me slip and slide a little bit and stop the static. I know I've said that loads, but if you missed it, that's why. I should say hello to people on YouTube as well. Is anyone watching on YouTube, Sammy?
27.
Yay! That allows me time to just evenly pop that in. But now suddenly, it brings all those colours together. Yeah. Oh, Maureen, you managed to get some alcohol inks. Cool. Oh, they were late. Oh, brilliant. But I'm sorry they leaked, but I'm glad they've replaced them for you.
Shouldn't issue that.
Sandra Fold saying, loving this card if you want to post it to me. I think we ought to send this one to our Sandra once it's done. Sandra, I'm going to need it for the show on Sunday, but after that, please message me to remind me, because you're not being rude. I've got the worst memory in the world. I am going to be 40 in a few weeks' time.
50.
40. So, but please message me to remind me, and we will send it to you. I will happily send it to you. Right, I'm going to have to open a new pack. I'm chunking through these at the moment. The Crafts 2 ones. Well, the Crafts UK, but they're all from Crafts 2. 8x8 card. But what I want to do is, I don't want that white. That white's very obvious, and I've not used any white. So I'm going to bring in a piece of clotted cream, but I'm not going to waste it. So I will do the measurements. So I'll measure it, because we know an 8x8 card isn't 8x8. It's 7 7/8. So I'm going to cut this down to 7 7/8. So now the last question. I've got one more prize tonight. We're doing all right for time, aren't we, Semi? For once.
There you are.
So I've got a card in there. You've got more dies in there and things like that.
No, the size.
Yeah. So that's just dies in that one. And the question tonight is the new sheets. So the new sheets that I'm using that we're launching on Sunday night. What measurements are they in, or what measurement are they in? So you know I do everything in my measurements. So this is 7 7/8, if that helps. Oh, bless her. Nicola says I'm a spring chicken at 40. People will actually believe that.
Apart from you're not 40.
Of course, in my own head, I'm 21, like most of us are. Oh, we're starting to get some answers in already. So I'm just going to put that on. What I would normally be doing, to be honest, what I was going to do, but I forgot, was I was going to take one of the nesting dies and take the middle out. So I'm not wasting a whole sheet. Yeah, but I didn't. Sorry. I forgot, but I would do normally. So I'm just going to reveal the tape. And then put that on. But then you see, and I should go and show to the YouTube. Yeah, I love that. We've kept all the colours in a family, but we've pulled that orange now and we've pulled it out to there. Yeah, so obviously I want to put a little bit of decoration on because we've got sort of 10 minutes to do it. So I am going to pull out, because everyone said about leaves, so it made me think I'm going to pull out the, look, it's close colour match from the box kit. Not quite, that's more orange, that's definitely deeper. Oops. It's naughty. You can actually see I've got 2 boxes, so I've got more of the string. So I'm going to pull my dies out. I've got 2 sets of the dies as well. Well, they sent me a tester box and then a full one to open. Sorry. So I have got 2. But I'm going to use the dies from the Papercraft Society. And I'm going to use the spare. But this is the clever thing I love about this. On all of these, obviously, I've got... I mean, look how beautifully those match. So, but I can... Now, these will nest as well on their own. So there's the start of another card, if I want to. That could simply go onto a card blank and go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the solid leaves from the Papercraft Society out of the darker orange. In fact, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do it this way. Normally I would put things in strips, but I'm going to arrange them so that they're relatively random on here, so I can use this as another piece as a background. There we go. So, oops, and there's one more I've missed.
Very autumnal.
It is, to be honest, but I love autumn. Everybody knows, you know, that's my thing. So we've got our leaves. Ringing.
Hey.
Who's ringing with that tone? Ringtone. It's probably our holiday company going, we've had to cancel your holiday.
It's not, I know the number.
So,
Who rings at this time?
I don't know. Got to ring before 8, haven't they, or something? You're not on the TPS. Although I got one of those scams early from Every. They've changed the name. Number comes Hermes, but it says, Every, we've not delivered your parcel. We know our delivery driver. She's very good. So you can see.
Mandy loves this box.
Oh, bless. Do you know, Mandy, I'm really proud of this box. I really am. We're currently just working on, aren't we, Sammy? Because it is the two of us a lot of the time. We've got to be fair. We're working on the next box kit, first one for next year, aren't we?
My choice.
Sammy's choice. Sammy's chosen it.
So if no one likes it, then it is my fault.
So you see,
I think everyone will like it.
just like that, it's a beautiful background. So we could use that, or we could use that as a stencil or something. So place them down carefully. I'm going for speed. Just going to go with the larger stripes for the yellow, but I do the same and position them and then start to match them together. But shall we choose shall I choose a winner this time?
You won't,
Okay, I
I'll let you.
through. Sam will let me. So the answer was Imperial, of course, because it was me. So let's have a look. Julia Gales.
All right.
Bizarrely, because that's who I picked on. Ooh. But well done, Sue. Sue McDermott was more precise with quarter-inch increments, but it was Imperial I was looking for, so well done, Sue.
She probably did put.
She probably did put both, knowing how Sue. She doesn't know what she's...
She knows what
She does. She really does. Sandra was asking what the box is. I did a box for Papercraft Society, which is Craft Stash. If anyone's not seen it, there's a full video on Craft Stash website I did last week, a couple of them actually. But you get dies, stamps, stencil. There's no embossing folder, is there?
No.
You get a full set of dies, stamps, embellishments, sequins, card, paper, little embellishments on there. Full A5 stamp set, loads in there, all designed by me on an autumn theme. But it's a Papercraft Society exclusive. I might do a little bit more with it next week and tell people a little bit more about it. I won't. Why? What's next week?
Because next week you'll be doing something from Prescott.
Oh no, because that'll be the week before, won't it? Because that'll be. I won't show that die next week.
No,
show it the week after.
Why would you do it the week after?
Because do it after it's released. Don't mind bits of card and stuff, but no, there's a fab die coming out from Prescott on the 28th, which I didn't think I'd like. I designed it, but I didn't think I'd like it. It was based on an idea from a really good friend of Peter's, and I absolutely loved it as soon as I started playing with it. Sorry, I'll witter on about anything. So, well done, Julia. If you send either Sam or me your address, we will get your prize and your card sent out to you. So, I would normally now cut some outlines in orange.
Well, it's not a box number, this. It's Papercraft Society.
It's Papercraft Society. It's like a subscription box they do. And I think they do sell off ones they've got left, don't they? I think.
There is a link in the group, remembering.
Yeah, Sam says there's a link in the group if anyone wants to know about the box. It's not like a box magazine kit. It has a little magazine in there where I've made some projects step by step with photos more than normal. And Leslie has, Maxine has, quite a few haven't they, bless them?
Yeah, I think quite a lot of the angels.
Yeah, quite a lot of the angels have done lots with it for us, bless them. Bless them. I don't know what we'd do without them, to be honest. Oh, that's a problem I've flicked all the way up to the choosing a winner. You do really... Sam, Sue, I nearly messaged you, and Sam said it would be rude. Sorry, Sue McDermott. I nearly messaged you to ask if I could borrow a couple of your cards you've done with the Kaleido, just to show that how good they were. And Sam said I couldn't, and that was rude. No, he said it was rude to say, well, can I just borrow your cards so I can show people that, you know, everyone can do it. It's not just me. There's no trick to it. But Sam said that was a bit rude. But if you're okay, I might mention your name, Sue, as being you and Joanne of having beautiful cards in the group made by it. If you do, say.
If they want to show you, then email him.
Oh, yes. You can always email in any pictures that you've done if you want to, but don't feel you have to, because that seems rude. But Sam said I was being rude if I messaged you and asked for that, so I didn't. So, sorry. So normally I would do this and I would cut out alternate colours. I'm not going to get time to do all of it or do all the different colours. But I did want to show as well what I was talking about when I said I chose card for die cutting. Because if you can see... Oops. Whoa, where is the camera on this? Oh, it's there. Hello, camera. Not going to be able to focus on that, sorry.
No, it's definitely going to be able to.
How cleanly it cuts. That to me is really important. That was the test. Other people are really, you know, really determined to make sure that they get the right colours, or that, which I've got chosen the colours, but they're also very determined to make sure that they get it that takes ink, or it does this. I want a die cutting card. I want a card for what I love, which is dies and die cutting. It just makes things so much easier for me. Sunday shows launch at 6 o'clock, Trish, 6 and 9, and then Monday at 10 and 2. Is that right?
Yes.
Sammy?
Yes, that's right.
I know, I don't normally get it right. It's taken me ages to get used to that.
That is correct.
I've got that song in my head now. I don't care.
Right.
I've lost my spray box. Where's my spray box?
Probably
Oh, there I put it. It is. I don't. Here we go. So if anyone's got any questions, fire them in, because we're happy to answer them. If the question is what's Sammy doing, he's doing alcohol inks on a tin, aren't you? Which is one of the techniques you love, because you did it on the you did it at the box at the Papercraft Society, didn't you? Subscription box. He did. There's even a picture of Sammy in there, which is rare.
Very rare.
It is very rare. You don't even have a picture on your Facebook, do you?
Nope.
So there aren't any new dies on Sunday. Someone said, does the ODS? Basically, on Sunday, it's kind of a split show. The Kaleido is back for the first time. It's over a year it's taken to come back into stock, and I think this is the last time we will stock it. And then you've also got all of the nesting dies are back in stock. So if you missed out on any of the shapes of those, they're coming in. So the ODS is sort of like plain squares, plain stitched dot squares, or the circles or the hexagon, along with a template sheet. So, and then there's a bundle of 6 different options and a bundle of all 12, and there's loads of different bundle options for you. But yeah, no, there's that. The only sort of new bit is the card and the template sheet. Everything else has been seen before. Because we can't keep bringing new all the time, and you know it doesn't look good. It's not right for people. No, decorate it afterwards, Debbie. Debbie's asked if I would decorate the cracker die I would put any peel-offs that I want onto it before I roll it up, Debbie, but decorate it afterwards. It's a lot easier. So, what we got here? Leslie, no, I wouldn't be without my nesting dies, Leslie. I've had so many different brands of them. I've spent a mint on them in the past. And it's like I've finally got some that for the last 3 years is all I've used, not because I'm encouraged to or I'm told to or because the company makes me, but simply because I love them. I really am, because I could use anything I want to. I mean, I've got to be fair, Crafts 2 are brilliant. They don't give me any rules of what I've got to use. They don't tell me what I've got to use on a show or anything like that. You know, they're really, really good with that, but I'm the same. There is a diamond. There's a stitch dot and a plain diamond in there, June, and that's on special offer as well, I think. So let's have a look, because I've been wittering so much. I really have. Oh, that's really kind. Sue McDermott said she would have happily let me have some. She loves her Kaleido. It does what it says on the tin. That's what I mean. And I get, you know, people go, oh, it can't possibly do that. I'm like, it does, honestly, because we know how many are out there. Yeah, have a bit of patience. Once you've got patience with it, my God, it's amazing. I mean, I've just been doing shaving foam technique with it, with the Kaleido ink, just to give you a little sneak peek. You know, to be able to do that and foil shaving foam technique's amazing. So that's not the right one for that one. We'll put this one onto there, and then I think I'm done because I'm wittering far too much. And you're making an Indian, aren't you, Sammy? No. So, got my leaves just to pull out the colour, because I don't like to leave them all too plain. So I'd probably put a little sentiment on, but I don't want to spoil this card. I don't want to spoil that centre. So I'm just going to pop them around the frame. So I hope you still like this when I've done it, Sandra. Just to bring in those colours. A little bit of pin flare glue gel, just because it's easier. I'm really, when I'm putting something like this on, I just find it so much easier. So just a little spray in each corner. But hopefully that's given you an idea about colour choice. It's given you something using an older die, the tartan die. And it's shown you about the framing, which, to be fair, that's the question I get asked the most, isn't it, Sam? Yeah. Is framing. How do you get your frame so even? How do you do the framing? And I think when you frame something you've made it into an artwork, because that's what artists do. Sorry? Right. Questions? What questions have we got? Because I flipped past again. I go back to the beginning. Okay. Clear Paints for Go Power and Emboss will be back. I don't know, to be honest with you. But try Slip Screens. They do compatible 3mm and 5mm clear plates. I know a lot of people have got them from there. So just try Slip Screens. I don't know when they're going to be back, because I just do that for the craft store. And with it sort of merging now Hochanda and Create and Craft, I don't know when each supplier fits in and things. So
yeah, the ink will be available on Sunday. Plates will be available on Sunday.
Yeah.
Everything's available on Sunday.
Everything's available on Sunday. Will they keep stocking in stock? I'm still scared to use mine since it broke so easily. I'm not sure what you mean stocking in stock, Tarly. Let me know or message me. Handles. Yes, handles are available through the Art of Craft.
Yeah, you just need to ring them or go online.
Yeah, just ring them or go online and they've got them.
Paper size box links already been posted for you in the group and on the message.
Yeah, I would imagine, Carol, the Kaleido, this is a reorder that we placed in March of,
so it's unlikely that we will.
but I mean March of 2021. So it has taken over a year to come back into stock. So all I'm actually saying with that is it's unlikely that we will order any more of the machines. We've got a largest stock in. When that's gone, I don't think we would reorder the machine. The ink, the medium, the pads we have in stock. We've got plenty in stock, and we made sure that we keep those in stock. Because the worst thing we could do is crap on people by selling the machine and then not keeping the ink and everything else. So we made sure we've plenty of stock of that and of the foils, and we know compatible foils that can be used with it. So, you know, don't want anyone to think that that we'd leave them high and dry on that. But in terms of the Kaleido and the Kaleido Super Bundle, if that goes, there's a lot, but if that sells out on this show, it's not going to be, there's a chance it might not come back, but it certainly would be a year again.
If there is a smaller cracker, that's...
Who said that? So,
Ladder up.
all right. Yes, there is a smaller cracker coming, October. Okay, so I will catch you. Hopefully you can join me on Sunday night on Create and Craft at 6 o'clock, and then again at 9, or on Monday at 10 and